Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I wanted to go ahead and give my review over, I was about to say Chasing Atlanta, the Real Housewives of, I was about to say Atlanta. Girl, I can't even talk. I'm so excited. Y'all, listen, let me tell y'all something, girl. Girl. When I tell y'all, Gizelle, I know she went home and got in her closet and cried. Like, I just know she did. Like, I know Gizelle probably went home, turned the lights off, and just got in her closet and just was like, girl, hiding from her kids. I know Gizelle went home and turned her cell phone off and just put her head underneath the covers. When I tell you Monique and Karen was wearing her out, it was to the point, girl, I was getting secondhand embarrassment for Gizelle. Like, girl, like, bitch, what you gonna say? Girl, like, you need to say something, bitch. Like, girl, because she got you looking like a fool in front of everybody. Because she got you looking dumb in front of your boss, girl. Like, girl, she's wearing you out. Girl, you need to say something. Girl, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's go, because I actually have a lot to say. I have more to say. Of course, y'all know I got a lot to say. Let's get into it because I'm getting excited. Okay. So, this is basically where the girls come, toe to toe. They've watched the season with us. They've seen the things that the other girls have said. They've seen the confessionals. They see if they really are cool with somebody and if they're not. So we're basically going to recap the entire season. This is part one of the reunion. I never really just go into the looks, but I wanted to do something different this year. Let's go ahead and talk about the looks, right? What the girls were given. I'm going to start off with the worst dressed, right? And then I'm going to make my way to who I thought looked the best. Now, I've always been like this. Whenever I look at even like award shows, me and my sister, my biological sister, we look at the whole thing. We looking at hair, makeup, girl, if you need on earrings, if you got the wrong earrings on, if you got if you have on jewelry, don't have on jewelry, if you have the right shoe on. Like, I look at the whole entire, I'm looking at makeup, everything. It's not just, who had the flyest dress, who had the best hairstyle, who had the best beat. I'm looking at the whole package. The first thing is the yellow. Like I call it, the yellow. These yellow dresses, I think the girls did the best that they could do with the color that I guess they either all agreed to or the color that was given or told them they had to wear. I think I would think in my head that it's very hard to find a yellow dress and make it fly. I just don't think when people think about finding a dress that yellow comes to their mind first. Well, Kenya had on a yellow dress one year, I think at the reunion. She was fly. I don't know. I just don't think that yellow is the first color that comes to people's mind. So I think the girls had to work with what they were, with what they were given. I don't think that anyone 100% just nailed it out of the park. I felt like it was something wrong with everybody, but this is my worst to best. The first one, who's the first one? Y'all already know. Ashley. Ashley looked a goddamn fool. At first, I wasn't going to make Ashley the worst, but I thought about it. I said, no, she looked a fool. Because when Monique was pregnant, because I was going to try to give Ashley a pass and say, well, she's pregnant. No, that's not an excuse. When Monique was pregnant, Monique was cute as hell at the reunion. So if Monique can do it, Ashley, you can do it. You just look the fool. What does she have on? Girl, she look a fool. Girl, she looks the fool. Girl, the fool. Anyways, who next? Oh, girl. Gizelle. This is the best she's ever looked, and that's sad. I don't like all of this right here on the shoulder. I don't like this on the hip. And the picture, her makeup is cute. Her hair is, just bone straight. It's cute. There go those stovepipe legs that Karen was talking about. No. Okay, so the next person is, let me see. Now, this was kind of hard for me to choose from who's the next. I'm going to go ahead and say that Karen was next. That dress that Karen had on, it looked like somebody ripped that part right here by the thigh and she just left it hanging. I didn't understand it. No. The next is Robin. Robin, what the fuck you had in your head? I just told a goddamn lie. No, girl, no. Girl, we gonna say Robin is after her homegirl Gizelle. Robin, what the fuck you have in your head? Your head looked a mess. An absolute mess. I didn't like it. I didn't like how that it looked like, what's that stuff that's in your dress? It's like cardboard. I didn't like that. I didn't like that. The dress was actually cute until I got down to the very bottom. I hated her hair. We already talked about Karen. The next person, I'm going to give it to Candiace. Candiace was cute. That bow is a lot. One thing I've realized about Candiace is Candiace, she likes to be real dramatic at the reunions. I don't know why. She got to have something on her goddamn shoulder. She going to have something in her front. The next two, okay. Monique and Wendy. Okay. So, Wendy. When I first looked at Wendy, I said, Wendy looks a goddamn fool. I ain't gonna lie. When I first looked at Wendy, I said, Wendy looks a goddamn fool. And then I looked, and I said, oh, mama kind of fly. And I got into it. And then I saw Monique and I said, ooh, bitch. I said, oh. I said, yes, ma'am. Girl, I said, Monique. Bitch, Monique said, bitch, I don't know if I'm going to have a job or not next year, but bitch, I'm going to come to this motherfucking reunion, shut it down. I will get Monique, bitch. Only thing I didn't like about Monique were her shoes. I didn't know where those shoes came in with that dress. I felt like the shoes, I almost felt like she left her shoes at home and somebody had an extra pair of shoes and they just said, girl, you're going to have to wear these, girl, because we ain't got enough time to go out and find another pair of shoes. Wendy, I didn't like, once I saw Wendy at the reunion, it almost felt like her dress was ill-fitting. Like, especially right here, it looked like it was too big. And then I felt like the sleeve was too big. I'm going to give best dress to Monique. I thought Monique's hair was perfect. I thought her makeup was perfect. I thought the dress was perfect. I just did not like the shoes. I thought everything on Wendy was perfect except for this right here, the fitting of the dress. So I'm going to go ahead and give it to Monique. Monique, that bitch, she shuts it down. One thing I'm going to give Monique. When it comes to these reunions, mama don't play at these reunions. Anyway, so that's the fashions. Let me go ahead and write this time down so I know. Shit, 8:59. Okay, let me put that in so I can put that in the description box. Okay, so the reunion, bitch. Who has changed the most? Now, I knew what Andy was saying. I thought Andy was asking the girls who has changed the most as far as like fashion, looks, and all that. Karen starts talking about her mama and her daddy. That's not what he asking you, Karen. So of course he just straight up asks Karen, girl, I see something that's going on with your face. Girl, what's tea, sis? So Karen gets to lying. What did I tell y'all last week or the week before last? Karen wigs have changed drastically and so has her face. Anybody with two eyes can see that Karen's face from season 1 to now has completely changed. Now, don't get it twisted. Whoever Karen has went to has done some amazing work on Karen. She still looks the same. Like, she doesn't look like Karen. It's not like a different person, but you could tell that mama is snatched. Like, girl, she done got her shit pulled back. But Karen gets to going on this, I just got some fillers in my nose. So Robin says, you mean since season 1 or since last month? You mean since season 1 or you mean since last month? Are you saying he's talking about current? No, girl. You know what he's talking about. So, of course, here is Karen again, avoiding a question. Whatever. Gizelle can't rest. Gizelle can't rest. Gizelle can't dress. Everybody in the group knows that Gizelle can't dress. Even Candiace was like, what about if you just get like a personal stylist next year? Maybe that'll work out for you. Just try it one time. Gizelle is a mess. Gizelle does, and I think Erica mentioned this too before. Gizelle is one of those girls where she was so pretty growing, like she was considered one of the pretty girls, right? So she didn't really have to do anything else because everything was based upon this from here up, and I'm assuming she had a decent body too. So everything else was just like, whatever, girl. I'm pretty. I'm one of the popular girls. I'm an AKA. So it's kind of like people hyped her up off of her looks, where everything else kind of fell to the wayside. So now when the girls, and you could tell, I really don't think Gizelle thinks that she's a horrible dresser, because clearly she still dresses and she looks like a fucking mess. Like, that's the gag of it all. Like, even after seeing comments online, even though I know Gizelle has heard people say throughout the season that she dresses like a tacky fool, she still showed up to the reunion looking like she was going to a church convention. Gizelle looked a fool. Girl, anyway, so. Who's the best dressed cast member? This is the thing. First of all, ain't none of these bitches like Real Housewives of Atlanta. We don't want to, that's why I said, girl, if you're going to be a Real Housewives of Atlanta, you got to really look like you got some sense. I used to talk about Eva, because when Eva first got on the show, I know Eva was going for that bohemian chic type of look, but I just thought she looked a fool. She want to walk around here with thong sandals and bell-bottom jeans and off-the-shoulder shirts and yarn in her hair. Girl, you look the fool. The fool. So I just feel like if you're going to be on this type of platform, you have to realize where you're at. And like the girls in Atlanta, when you see Kenya and them and Marlo, girl, they walk, Portia, girl, Candiace, she squeezed into, Candy quit to put in some small clothes. But Candy, they all putting their best foot forward. But I feel like with the girls with Potomac, like ain't none of them just like, girl, ain't none of the girls just giving you fashion like that. Ain't none of the girls just ripping up the runway. However, my best dress would be Monique and Wendy. Monique and Wendy. Karen really you really never know with Karen. Gizelle is an absolute no. You know who has a cute style that people really don't pay attention to, and I just started paying attention to? Robin. Now, Robin don't give you all of that to the point where she should be late every motherfucking day. That's the real gag. Like, you would think that, girl, Robin, every time you come to a motherfucking party, all you doing is throwing some gel on your hair and slicking your shit down, putting a few bobby pins in your head. Bitch, you do not take all that. Girl, you will swear up and down that Robin was Marlo Hampton. You will swear the way that Robin be late. Like, Robin be late like she really about to, like, step on the scene and, like, break it up. Like, Robin, why are you always late like that, girl? So anyway, child. Robin actually has a cute style. Candiace, she has a cute style. Everybody does decent except for Gizelle. Even I think Ashley does decent. But the best two to me is Wendy and Monique. Wendy, this is the thing. Like, was Wendy getting on my nerve talking about those degrees? Yes. And let me just say something. At the end of the day, Wendy, you on Real Housewives of Potomac. The truth of the matter is, girl, I hate to say this for the girls who got 4 degrees. Your degrees don't matter on Real Housewives of Potomac. Your degrees don't matter on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Because guess what? Even with your 4 degrees, you still on reality TV. Like, that's really the gag of it all. Like, even with all the education that you have, girl, you're still on reality TV. And at this point, I mean, over here with the other girls, like, they don't care about your degrees. Like, girl, I don't give a damn about no 4 degrees, girl. We still sitting at the same table, girl. However, with that being said, we're not gonna sit here and act like Wendy is not impressive. Like, you hear people say, you know, they try to paint this picture of the American dream. You know, you're supposed to have a degree, you know, go get you a good job, get you a husband or a wife, have you a son and a daughter, a 3-bedroom house, picket fence, a dog and a cat. You have this black woman who has 4 fucking degrees. Bitch, not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4. She's married. Seems like she has a very, very decent, nice, kind, loving husband. 3 gorgeous kids. Yeah, she has her, like, I'm sure her marriage has the ups and downs, but what we've seen so far, like, even if you take away Wendy's marriage and her kids, like, this woman has 4 degrees. She's a professor, a doctor, a political commentator. And then we can just go back and then add. Then on top of that, she's a wife, a mother. Like, how is that not impressive, bitch? Like, girl, what the fuck? I think Wendy is probably one of the most impressive bitches on reality TV. Like, come on, y'all. Like, I know some of y'all don't like Wendy, but we have to stop. Like, we have to call it like for what it is, girl. Wendy, it really is low key that girl. Anyways, child, was Karen trying to get Wendy kicked off the show? I said earlier that I thought that she. I don't know. This is the thing with Karen. Karen is a liar. But the thing is, Karen is a fan favorite. So Karen could outright tell a lie to your face and people not gonna care. Like, I could literally ask Karen, hey Karen, are you going to invite Monique to your party? And Karen says, no, I'm not inviting her. And then she turns around and invites her, and then I call her out, and then people get mad at me for calling Karen out. You see, I just gave that example because it really happened on the show. So it's like people don't care. And I feel like people like that are actually dangerous because you don't hold people accountable. Like, you can love somebody and still hold them accountable for the fuck shit that they do. Like, especially when it's one thing if you have a difference of opinion on a situation, but for us to all see what happened and for you to ignore it, it's kind of like, girl, wait, okay, whatever. But do I believe that Karen wanted to get Wendy off the show? I can believe it. I can believe it. I was about to go to a whole rant. I do believe that this is the thing with Wendy and those 4 degrees. I think that the majority of people are threatened when they hang around people who are educated the way that Wendy is. Like, I think that a lot of people would probably be a little bit intimidated, like, oh shit, like, this bitch here go a smart bitch. You're gonna try to get the girls together. Do I think it's jealousy? I wouldn't be jealous, cause bitch, I don't want 4 degrees. I don't want 4 degrees. Like, it's one thing if I wanted 4 degrees, then I could see how somebody could be jealous. But you can't be jealous for something that you don't want. Like, I don't want 4 degrees, so I have no reason to be jealous of Wendy. I'm just saying, if I was Karen or the other ladies, like, I don't see Unless those other ladies aspire to be what Wendy is, then that's the only way I could see them being jealous. Could I see them being intimidated? Yes. But jealous? No. Candiace tweets. Girl, I could have swore they talked about these tweets last year. See, this is a problem, right? I think they talked about this last year. They supposedly, Candiace and Ashley supposedly made up. Candiace... Girl, I'm not talking about them tweets because we talked about them tweets last year, and just like Candiace said, she basically responds like, "This is the thing," and this is just true to y'all. Like, if I say something to you, or if you say something to me, and then I come back and I chop your fucking head off your shoulders. You can't be like, oh, you went below the belt. Like, no, I didn't. The only time you can really use that as an excuse or a reason not to go low is if it's like a family. I really do believe this. If it's family, if it's friends, if it's somebody who you know, basically somebody who you care about the relationship at the end of the day, you may not want to go low. You may want to bite your tongue and not say what you really want to say. But if it's a bitch I don't fuck with, bitch, you gonna get this tongue thrashing. And that's just what it is. You gonna say what the fuck you want to say to me? I'm damn sure gonna say what the fuck I want to say to you. Like, there's no love in war. And so for people to expect Candiace or anybody else to hold back on a bitch that I don't even fuck with like that, girl, y'all got life fucked up. Now, it's one thing if this was my sister. If it was one thing if this was a friend and we were getting into an argument, yes, girl, you might need to pull back some. Girl. But other than that, I don't owe these bitches shit. And they don't owe me shit. If you don't want me saying nothing to you out the side of my neck, don't say shit to me. Period. That's how it work in my book. I could be wrong, though. Andy is messy. Andy asked a question, how does your song compare to Coffee and Love, whatever that song actually got that's horrible? Girl, Candiace is like, the vocals are trash. But that was, how would you like the vocals are trash? You always try to talk about somebody, call somebody trash. Girl, your husband just called her husband trash. What are you talking about? Anyways, did Ashley say it was rude that did Ashley say it was rude to say that her son looked like her husband? See, let me just go ahead and say something, y'all. This is for the Portias of the world. This is for the Ashleys of the world. Y'all go and lay down with these men who are not attractive, right? And then y'all have these children, and y'all can take what I'm about to say how y'all want to take it. Then y'all have these children, and they look just like they daddies, and then y'all get mad when somebody say the child look like they daddy. Now, I guarantee you, if you had a child from Idris Elba, or if you had a child from, what's the light skin do with the green eyes? I guarantee you, if you had a child by one of them and they said, ooh, girl, your daughter look just like their daddy, you wouldn't think nothing about it. But because we know that Dennis is not cute, and we damn sure know that Michael ain't cute, and because when people say that your children look just like their father, girl, you take it as a diss. Because you know what the tea is. Anyways, is there a double standard with Ashley and Candiace? Absolutely. I have been saying this, girl, since the beginning. Ashley has literally gotten into it with everybody on the cast, even the friends of the show. Ashley has gotten into it with Monique, Robin, Gizelle, Karen, Wendy, Katie. Hell, I think even Charisse. Candiace has gotten into it with Ashley, now Monique. She never got into it with Robin. She never got into it with Wendy. I don't think she ever got into it with Katie. She got into it with Charisse, but I think that was because Charisse and Gizelle was fucking with her on some high school type of shit. So whenever y'all start talking about Candiace has this mouth and Candiace is disrespectful. No, Candiace has a mouth for Ashley. That's who Candiace has a mouth for. Ashley has a mouth for everybody. So I'm not exactly sure how Ashley has managed to get out of every situation and not landed on her motherfucking back. But all of a sudden, y'all think that Candiace's mouth is so reckless. That's the reason why Monique put her hands on her. If Candiace and Ashley got into a fight, I could see that happening. Because those bitches do be going for blood. And they don't like each other. So you got two girls who don't like each other, who talking shit. Okay, I can see how a fight could happen. But y'all want to dislike Candiace so bad that y'all just make up shit. Or y'all refuse to see shit y'all refuse to see shit when it's right in front of your face. It's a double standard. It is a double standard. Y'all think just because Ashley had a fucking miscarriage that all of a sudden that excuses all of everything that bitch done did. Bitch, Ashley was hell on fucking wheels. Now don't get it twisted. Let me tell y'all something. I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all. Bitch, Ashley, I never wanted to tell y'all this, but Ashley really used to be my favorite low key. Ashley used to be my favorite because Ashley was with the shits. Y'all know I love a bitch that be with the shits. But the thing is, I can admit that Ashley was with the shits. Ashley was with the shits, and Ashley used to get into it with everybody. Now, all of a sudden, it's like she have a miscarriage, and people forget all the shit that she's done. And I don't think that's right. Anyways, Robin tells Ashley, basically, girl, like, don't even try to pull that, oh, she's talking about your kids, because when you mention my kids, girl, when I say y'all are quick to try to, if somebody say something like, girl, go home to your kids and your husband. Don't be talking about my kids. Bitch, what? Girl, ain't nobody even saying nothing about your kids. Anyways, colorism. I'm not going to spend too much time on this because this review is getting long. But this is nothing. This is just another example of OG and the girls are basketball wives. I was so disgusted at some of the comments that I was reading online, because you know they released some of the clips online on Instagram, and people were really acting like they didn't understand what Wendy was saying. Now I guarantee you, if this was fucking OG and Evelyn, y'all would get exactly, or OG versus the basketball wives, y'all would get exactly what the fuck was going on. Y'all know what the fuck is going on. And for Monique to sit there and act like, oh, this ain't going on. Monique, you called your own self hood. And let's just go ahead and keep it all the way 100. If somebody got into a fight at your job, since y'all like to say, let's talk about real life. If somebody got into a fight at your job and it took 4 managers and 5 of the sales associates to pull her off of one girl, y'all don't think the girls will be walking around your job talking about, baby, that bitch is so ghetto? Y'all wouldn't do that? Y'all wouldn't do that? Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying if it took about 10 people to pull one person off another person. Y'all won't be talking about, baby, these bitches got into a fight today. These hoes are so ghetto. Girl, I'm just saying. But we know it's a difference when it comes from Ashley. Ashley knows exactly what she's doing. Has Ashley used those words when she's talking about Karen or Robin or Gizelle? Or does she only use them when she's talking about Wendy? Y'all know Ashley low-key white. Ashley, girl, who was that? Erica? I think that was Erica. Shout out to Erica De Niro TV. Girl, I think that was Erica who said that Ashley and Michael was a white couple on the show. And she telling the truth. Wendy is not aggressive. What it is, and I think this was Bondi Blue. It was somebody. I think what it is Wendy is a political commentator. Wendy argues for a living. So you're not going to get into an argument with a bitch who argues for a living and think you're going to win. I think that Ashley, this is a problem. Ashley is used to getting the girls together and them not being able to handle her mouth. But now she met her match with Candiace, and Candiace's mouth is actually probably more reckless than than hers, and she can't handle it. She met a bitch like Wendy, and Wendy can get her ass together, and she can't handle it. So it's, oh, you're being aggressive. You're being aggressive. No, bitch, she getting your ass together. That's what it is. And you can't take. And that's all it is. It don't have nothing to do with Wendy being aggressive. It has to do with the fact she getting your ass together. And this is what Wendy does for a living. You think she about to come on to us? You think that somebody who argues for a living is going to let somebody out-argue them? God, that don't even go. That's like you getting into an argument with Angela Rye and her just sitting there. Like Angela Rye going, girl, like it's just not going, it just wouldn't go. Anyways, Candiace provokes. They say, Candiace, do you take responsibility? But this review is getting too long. Do you take responsibility for provoking people? She basically said there are times I could pull back, and my words could be the detriment for me. Monique says that Candiace and Gizelle tried to be shady and say stuff behind her back. We can talk about all the rumors. Girl, when Ashley was like, no. When Ashley said, I don't think we want to do that. See, this is a problem, right? We're going to talk about this again. We're going to talk about more about this in the next review because this review is really getting too long. But Monique. Okay, so Monique basically was like, she don't want that, Candiace don't want to take accountability. Monique, you literally went and met with a pastor and the first lady and a therapist and I think another therapist and your uncle. And then when the case got dismissed, you laughed. And then you said, what did she say? You only take account of, girl, you still on some fuck shit. Girl, Candiace did not touch you first. Girl, I don't know where, like, girl. The Ronald McDonald house. Karen had me hollering with that. Are you back with Jamal? And baby, from there it just went down. All it took was Karen to say, "Are you back with Jamal?" It went down from there, baby. When I tell you, Monique said, "Bitch, tag me, bitch, tag me, bitch, tag me, ho, I'm ready." Hey, Karen, tag me, bitch, you in? When I tell you, girl, this is the thing, right? I know some of y'all not gonna like what I'm about to say. Even though I was clutching my pearls. I was clutching my pearls for the embarrassment of it all. Like, girl, y'all really sitting in this intimate circle. Girl, you probably got cameramen, producers, you got the boss sitting right here. And girl, Monique is really making Gizelle look like a goddamn fool, right? Girl, like, you look dumb. Like, Monique is making you look dumb. Like, Monique is getting your ass, like, she got you looking dumb in front of your boss, right? But the truth of the matter is the tea she was giving wasn't no real like tea. Like, girl, how many of us have gotten on this camera, whether it was me, girl, Funky Dineva, Bondi, Alexander, whoever it was, and said, "Oh, y'all know Jamal supposedly got another baby, right?" Girl, I remember Jamal was going through YouTube and getting people videos taken down. I actually think that happened to Funky Dineva. He posted the video, and I think Jamal had it taken down, and he had to go back and reshoot it or some shit like that. But the stuff that she was saying was not like new, fresh off the press, piping hot tea. It was pretty much stuff that we already knew. I just think that it was, for me, it was the embarrassment of it all. Like, girl. Because I don't think anybody has ever really just said that to Gizelle to her face. Especially in a room full of people. You know what I'm saying? In front of your boss. Like, girl. That was a gag for it for me. But it really wasn't nothing just like... To me, it wasn't binder worthy. Like, okay, girl, Girl, I ain't gonna lie though. When she said, this is number 410, beep, 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 beep. And girl, Andy said, well, is that his number? And girl, it looked like Gizelle was sitting there saying in her head, 410-283-657. Yeah, that's his number. Bitch, you know that's his number, girl. Girl, you know that's his number. Girl, I ain't gonna lie, I hollered at that girl. Pastor Holy whore. Girl, I thought that was cute. To be honest, girl, I think a lot of that stuff, I think that I think one of her, probably her gay brother, some of her gay friends was telling her, because we all know that Monique is not that fast on her feet. Girl, I don't care what nobody say. Like, if that would have came from Candiace, if that would have came from Wendy, if that would have came from Karen, I would have believed it. But because we know that Monique is not that fast on her feet like that, girl, I think all this stuff was pretty much was rehearsed. That's just me. I've never seen Monique just get the girls together. So I refuse to believe that now all of a sudden, girl, you just getting the girls together. Girl, now one of them punks told you to say that and you came out there and you said it. It was cute. It was cute. But girl, that didn't come off the top of your dome, girl. That didn't come off the top of your dome. Yeah. What else? Is that it? Oh, bitch, that's it. I do want to say this, like I know the girls are living for Monique, and that's fine, because I live for Wendy, but I really do have, like, this is just like a question. The only reason why Monique brought that binder and tried to expose Gizelle or tell Gizelle business is because Gizelle chose Candiace's side in that fight. Like, let's just be honest, y'all. As much as y'all want to defend Monique, I've been said that Monique should have slapped the dog fuck out of Gigi and Gizelle. But I think one of the most important things we need to remember is that Monique came for Gizelle's relationship first. Like, we're not going to sit here and act like Monique didn't bring his ex-wife Kendall on the show and she wasn't part of the reason why that Gizelle probably not with Sherman no more. Like, we're not even going to sit here and try to act like that did not happen, because that happened. Like, I don't give a damn if Monique, or if it was you or your mama and your cousin too was married with 5 kids. If you come from my relationship, I don't give a damn if I'm not married. If you come from my relationship, bitch, I'm coming for yours. And that's just what it is. And I really think that's what happened. I think that Monique came for Gizelle's relationship. The relationship ended. Gizelle got pissed off, and she felt like she wanted to get back at Monique. I think that's exactly what happened. But people tend to forget that Monique was bringing ex-wives and girlfriends around, ex-wife around. Like, that ain't cool. Like, what if they started bringing Chris Samuel's ex-girlfriends around? Then what would people say? Oh, that woman is married. Like, that don't have nothing to do with nothing. A relationship is a relationship. Like, you're not going to try to shit on my relationship just because a piece of paper and some rings not involved. So it's like, and then it's like Monique, like, and I don't even want this to sound, like I said, like, I know a lot of people think I don't like Monique, but I actually like Monique. Like, if I see Monique and be December and be like, hey, girl, you low-key was dragging Monique, even though them girls helped you get that together. But girl, you was dragging Gizelle. But this not even like a Monique dragging session. It's really not. It's just that I cannot wrap around my tiny brain. That's probably what it is, girl. Nah, bitch, I'm not going to even try to play it like I'm dumb. But, bitch, because you're not going to get me to believe that Monique knew all this information about Gizelle trying to come up with this lie about her son not being Chris's, and you still hung around this bitch. You still went to lunch with this girl. You still was high-fiving her. And the only reason why you turned your back on Gizelle was because when you fought Candiace, when you hit Candiace, Gizelle turned her back on you. If Gizelle wouldn't have done that, you wouldn't have been bringing no binders to no goddamn reunion. You wouldn't have been worried about what her and Jamal was doing. That's why you mad. Because you've been walking around here for 2-3 years with some information about this woman supposedly trying to destroy your family, and bitch, you still was giving her high fives. And when I say shit like that, y'all get in the comment section acting like I'm just making this shit up. That's what she said in the motherfucking live with her husband sitting beside her. I ain't making this shit up. She said that shit. She said all of that and then turned around and said, well, she wanted to be professional. Bitch, it ain't enough professionalism in the goddamn world for me to sit down with a bitch who I know was going around or was about to go around and tell people that my son wasn't my husband's. Because the first day I would have sat down with that bitch, I wouldn't even set my keys on the motherfucking table. I just would have sat down, reached across the table, and stopped the shit out of that bitch and walked off. That's what would have happened if it was me. We'll talk about this some more. We still got two more parts. But yeah, I'm done, y'all. That's all I got. What time is it? Bitch, it's 6:07 in the morning. I'm still up. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. And Candiace, like with you, girl, no tea, no shade, but you really should have been sitting there shutting the fuck up, because when Monique was going in, baby, these lips is glossed. But when what's her name? Monique was going in on Gizelle. That really didn't have shit to do with you. You should have sat there and clutched your pearls like everybody else in the room. You saw how Andy was looking goddamn lost and confused and nervous all at the same time. You know how white people look, girl. Like Wendy sat there with her pearls clutched. Girl, I got this, girl. This girl is girl. You ought to feel embarrassed, bitch. Like that's what you should have did too. Like I get it to a certain degree, because it's like, girl, you 3 years too late. But Candiace, at the end of the day, you should that right there, like that was a battle between Monique and Gizelle and Karen too. I guess you want to jump in and help Gizelle. Girl, I don't know why you want to be friends with Gizelle so bad. Because at the end of the goddamn day, like, I want to tap on this next week because this review is getting too long. But Candiace, you a goddamn fool for trying to be cool with Gizelle anyways. Because if you really want to know the truth, I think that Gizelle and Monique was trying to get your ass off the show and it backfired on Monique. That's what I really think was going on. Because ain't no way in hell Monique knew the tea that she knew about what Gizelle was trying to do. And she was so gun-ho on still being her friend. Girl, Monique ain't never been your friend, and Gizelle damn sure ain't never been your friend. And you was fool enough to think that you was cool with Gizelle. All y'all hoes is dumb if you really want to know the truth. All y'all dumb. Trying to be friends with Gizelle. Girl, y'all saw them labels on the binder. She had last lady. No tea, no shade. No tea, no shade. No tea, no shade. But y'all saw she had posted. I said she got that from Funky. Now you know Funky claimed that he's supposed to be cool. At one point, girl, that he was trying to make it seem as though he was friends with Candiace. I said, bitch, not after this. Girl, you got the girl enemy using something that you made up against her. You sure y'all friends? You sure? Are you sure? Anyway, she had posted Robin, Wendy, last lady, like, girl, you want to come up there telling everybody, like, I think it's low-key whack on some real shit. It's low-key whack because it's like, now you want to come up to the reunion and start telling all the tough stuff that you done heard because Gigi, your best friend, got the party started and started some shit about you. Like, if you was going to handle anybody, it should have been Gigi. Like, off the rip. Because, quiet as it's kept, Gizelle don't owe you shit. Gizelle ain't liked you from the get-go. It ain't never liked you. Gigi, that's the bitch who should have owed you some loyalty. And from what I understand, like I said, we're going to talk about more of this next week. From what I understand, from what y'all told me in the comment section, shit, Candiace didn't even really have nothing to do with it. Because I was getting on Candiace at one point. But y'all told me that Candiace wasn't talking to Monique at the time. That's why she told Karen about the plan that Gizelle was trying to come up with. And Karen went back and she told Karen so Karen could go back and tell Monique. And then I do remember Monique saying, I asked Candiace, and Candiace told me, yeah, it's true. But you mad at Candiace. Well, bitch, you ought to be mad at Gigi and Gizelle. Anyways, girl, I'm gone. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.